Hello and welcome to another StarCraft 2 co-op video. Today I'll be making a quick tier list for this fictional mutation on missed opportunities, Void Rifts and We Move Unseen. I'm not saying that this is the quote-unquote right answer, but if anyone wants to make a comparison between the tier list applicants' rankings and mine, here it is. Alright, let's go. In no particular order. Karax, he is in A. For this mutation, based on the definition of S, there's no one who's going to be S. The best one who against Void Rifts is usually Tychus, and because he can't see, he's not going to be able to solo this easily. Karax is the closest. He's the best one. The problem he has is that probes walking towards or flying towards Rifts might die. So yeah, energy management is very difficult, but he's pretty strong otherwise. Early game, if you're in the wrong spot, you have to like kind of maneuver around the trickle paths, so you kind of have to see the blurs and not die to whatever's trying to walk towards your base. Your probe cannot die, otherwise you won't be able to get rid of the rifts. Later on you'll have observers, so that'll be fine. So he gets A. Nova, she's bad early game, so she doesn't have detection until Nova herself comes out, and the rifts might already kill you by then, because if there are 4 rifts left alone, you're just gonna die. Later on, as P3, you can walk around the map and kill stuff, and you have Banshee hit squads which are invisible, so those are good, but that control is quite difficult, and you have to defend the objective, so you have to know how to shift your hit squads. Otherwise, like if you put your Banshee hit squad on the right side at 8 minutes, you'll need to move it to the left side later, so you need to know how to shift hit squads because the objective is gonna switch as you go along. And yeah, so and airstrike is good. Let's see, Manx is pretty good. For this kind of mutation, he actually good static defense is really important, so that when the trickles move to you, they don't actually deal like damage to your base. And Manx has good static defense. He can drop 2 or 3 troopers, give him weapons, and then when they blow up, they will just explode on the rift. So that's really good. He can reach far rifts like that pretty well. His economy is not it's gonna take a hit if you keep doing that too much though. And normally with P3 you want like hit squads of troopers, but because he can't see them, you have to like have extra witnesses around just to make sure. And if you're fighting against like Phoenixes, Corsairs, or any air-to-air units, they're just going to take out your detectors, your mobile detectors. So yeah, Manx is generally difficult to play because against Rifts, because he has a lot of things to do. Stetmann is bad in the early game, like against Stetmann is just bad against Rifts because Gary is the only one who's really good, and he later on, when you get before you get Super Gary, you're not even going to be able to really kill the first 4 rifts until Gary's out, and hopefully you can survive. If you do survive, then you can do stuff, I guess. You can fly around, kill one thing. That's just where Gary is, and then the rest, like your hit squads of Lings, aren't going to be very good, and if you don't have an observer or overseer with them. So Stetmann, he's just not really good against rifts to begin with, and when all the lights are off, his Lings do even less stuff. His Lings are even worse, and if you can't fight back, the enemies are going to keep turning off your Steadalites, so you pretty much need Gary zone, and Gary cannot be everywhere. He can't be like at the objective and clearing multiple rifts at the same time. It's really hard to use him against rifts. Tychus is pretty good. I would say he gets A but star, because if you have an ally whose only job is to make detectors for you so you can see everything, you can actually do this very easily because it's just vanilla rifts on missed opportunities if you can see. However, since We Move Unseen is a mutator, like half of the mutators here, it's a very big part. So having someone doing just that is quite a lot. So I would, without detection, the only people who can really do any clearing are Sirius, Nux, and Vega. Sam, who's a good rift clearer, can't clear rifts, and you will need to waste medevac platforms so that he stops getting hit, or you need to get the super cloak gear, and that's not really good. And Tychus will need like auto turrets or Sirius nearby in order to defend. So Tychus himself, which is a main source of power, is just like really bad here. So I'm gonna put him in B because he can't see. Han Horner, they clear rifts very well, and they don't need to go far. So there are no environmental mutators to stop the strike fighters. If they're Terran, you want to take out the bunkers so that the Marines don't kill your stuff. He takes out the most they take out the most dangerous part of this mutation, so they're really good. But I don't think they really can do everything by themselves. So they are good, but not probably at like higher than even Tychus for this one. Zagara, I would put her really high because she can deep tunnel and kill the rifts. If she gets hit, she can just burrow or summon hunter killers and let the hunter killers take the hits. You do need to spend a lot of money on overseers, but being able to take out rifts even late, like early on, without having to, oh, you can just like teleport to a rift basically, and then take it out before they spawn even a single unit. So she's really really good. Artanis is bad against rifts. He's also not exactly great against like a lot of comps. So he can like fly observers and kill. He can fly observers and kill rifts and stuff, and he can make dragoons. But dragoon hit squads will need help, and you need to spend a lot of gas making observers. Hopefully they don't die either. So if the more observers you make, the fewer army units you have. So he's not gonna be really good for this one. Stukov is bad against rifts, so he's one of the worst because you need Banshee hit squads or you need Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks are okay on this map, I guess, but you can't reach the far ones, so that's gonna suck. Queen Symbiote is good, but like they, if that's all they're doing, that's not gonna be that great. So yeah, you're gonna need some overseers as well, and queens don't help with rift clearing. So yeah, I'm gonna put Stukov D because he's just not good against rifts. Also, he can't deal with the early rifts not very easily. Alarak. Alarak against rifts is really hard to control because you'll need lots of hit squads, and normally the mothership can fly around to just kill things and like incidentally clear parts of the map, but without a Havoc, you can't really clear anything for free. Alarak himself is alright, but then without Havocs and without Havocs it's gonna be rough, and he doesn't really control it's hard to control rifts with him because you need destroyers, and destroyers that can't see will get wrecked, and if they can see your Havocs, they're gonna wreck the Havoc, and then your destroyers are now blind, so it's really really hard to use him. Raynor against WeMove Unseen is just bad. Raynor sucks against rifts as well. Later on you have battle cruisers, but battle cruisers, like, you can kill a rift, but then if they are hitting you, you need to either scan and waste money, or you need to you can't teleport away because you teleported to there. So yeah, it also takes a long time for him to get online. So he relies on other people too much to be really helpful. Dahaka is good against rifts, but he sucks against early WeMove Unseen. So until you get Primal Worms and level 5, he's just really not good. Once you get Primal Worms though, or if you have someone else like with providing detection for you, he's actually not bad. So Impalers and stuff. Impalers have a lot of HP, so you can actually just move them, burrow, and since your Impalers are burrowed, if they don't send a detector your way, you can just kill the rift for free. So yeah, and later on he can reach far rifts as long as you clear the Fog of War suit earlier. Kerrigan is bad against early rifts, so always. She's usually like worse Stedman, but here, because her Omegas give detection, she's gonna be better. And she has the same problem as Stedman, which is that the hero unit has to do too much. And the good thing is Omega Worms stall. Stedalites don't really stall. So Omega Worms can help you like see as well. So she's a little bit better in that regard. She's extremely busy. She can't really defend the objective and clear rifts, and her units are not really good at holding the objective on their own until you get enough ultras. Abathur is going to be one of the best here, but it's a star because you need to have detection everywhere, and you need to know how to lure. So if you don't know how to lure, then he's not A. If you know how to lure, then he is A. And I'm going to assume that you do if you use him. So I'm going to put him in A. He's really good. You deep tunnel, slap rifts, and then go home, recover HP. Zeratul, he's like with these other guys. These guys are good against rifts, but not when they're mostly blind. So early on, he doesn't have enough observers to clear. He is probably better than a lot of these because he can just like have a cannon monolith at home for a while as he gets more observers. But and his DTs are good for clearing. But this map, like at 8 minutes, things start to get pretty rough. And if you don't have a lot of stuff, you're just gonna get overwhelmed. So yeah, he can have it. He's not that good. I also would not use P2 against rifts because it slows your early game, and early game is extremely important. Phoenix, he can open with Caldalis plus Robo. He can spread observers pretty quickly and at least cover the early places, but Phoenix against rifts is just extremely taxing. You have to play it like Lone Wolf, and you're just going to be busy everywhere, and you're going to need extra observers just to make sure that you can see the enemies that along the way to the rift that you're trying to kill. So yeah, the map is also kind of big, so you need like the Arbiter suit in the right place and all that stuff. It's kind of hard to control. Swan, he has decent defense. He has concentrated beam, and Swan is one of the few commanders where like if you don't clear the rifts, you don't actually die because they're not gonna break your defenses until you leave like 6 rifts alone, something like that. He does take a long time to clear rifts, and without science vessels, you're gonna have a hard time clearing stuff. Luckily, he does have concentrated beam, and like you can slowly make a forest of turrets with like 1 missile turret to see, and then any rifts that spawn nearby are just automatically killed. Vorazun, she's like average because her Dark Pylon Wall protects you from all the trickles. That's good. So even if they leave, trickles go to your base, they don't actually do anything for a bit. But later on, if you're fighting like Protoss or Zerg, they're gonna wreck you. So you need to get rid of the detectors. And that's gonna be kind of hard. Her oracles also suck. She does have a good spell, Time Stop, which makes everything visible, and you can clear a lot of rifts or get your DTs into position pretty easily during that time, and clear off whatever is in the way. But if you're not fighting Terran, it's going to be a lot harder. And yeah, but she has invisible stuff, so you can probably like send 3 DTs and right click a rift and just let the trickles go to your base. All right, and that's it.